Hey guys, Damien here, and it looks to me that Tesla's getting into wireless charging, not only for their own cars, but other vehicles that run on battery operated systems. Tesla has officially acquired Germany based wireless charging startup Wiferion, as the automaker is expected to launch its own wireless charging platform, which would be extremely neat because if you were able to just drive into your garage and have the car start charging without plugging it in, not a big deal, but doesn't save a lot of time, but it'd be a easy way to charge up your car. Now, earlier this year, we reported that Tesla was the leading potential acquirer of Wiferion, a Germany-based wireless charging startup known for inductive charging technology for industrial robots and electric vehicles, according to official company documents. Now, a few months later, several German publications have confirmed that Wiferion has accepted an offer to be fully acquired by Tesla. So Tesla has been interested in this type of technology for quite some time now. They've been invested in this company for a few years, or maybe back when they started. I'm not too sure on that. But now that they've fully acquired the company, they could take full advantage of all the technology that they do provide. Now, the official cost of the transaction hasn't been disclosed, but as previously reported, it is expected to be in the high double digits, likely between $50 to $100 million. Yeah, that is a lot of money, but it's just pennies for Tesla. Because in the future, that will definitely help them out a lot, especially in the manufacturing environment, is probably where they will be testing this and starting this off with, my assumptions. Now, a year ago, this move would have been surprising for Tesla, which has never shown any interest in wireless charging. I'm pretty sure they might have not mentioned they were interested in wireless charging publicly, but I'm sure they definitely kept that in the back of their minds, because maybe there weren't companies out there that have been implementing this technology, but since EVs are now starting to become a bigger and bigger thing, this might be a good benefit to EVs themselves. Now, the problem wireless charging solves is not a major one. It alleviates needing to plug in your car, which is not super difficult or a time-consuming task, which I've mentioned before, and that's very true. Nonetheless, Tesla has previously talked about automating the task in order to be ready for self-driving technology. If the cars could drive themselves, it could make sense for them to be able to charge themselves without a human needing to plug them in, which is a big deal, because once full self-driving comes out, I know Tesla has mentioned to remove the steering wheel eventually. They are pretty much working on FSD first. Once that comes to fruition and it becomes, 100% reliable, then I'm sure eventually they'll just have a ton of these cars parked in a parking lot, and whenever you need to get picked up, they'll be charged wirelessly, and then they'll just come pick you up whenever you need them. So for robo taxis, this would be a huge benefit. Now, someone has mentioned something like this is going to be vital to self-driving driverless vehicles if charging is going to be a part of the mix. I never bought into the robotic arm thing too much to go wrong/break. I agree. Let me click on this really quick. This is the robotic arm that long ago Tesla has created to charge the car robotically and autonomously so that you wouldn't have to do it. But the amount of space it takes to use this, I have about maybe a foot or less of space for me to plug in my car in my garage, so this would definitely not work for me. But it's cool. It's something that they've put together, but I do not think this would go too far. Now, over the years, Tesla has favored an automated arm, just a robot arm, just as I showed you, instead of wireless charging to complete this task, but things have changed recently, and I definitely agree with that. Earlier this year, Tesla teased a new wireless home charging station, which if you actually look at this photo, here's the power unit, and then there's the pad right underneath the car here. I don't know if that's exactly where it would be located in order to charge the car, but that's just, just the image that they kind of put together. But now it's likely that this acquisition could accelerate this effort, and I also definitely agree with that. Wiferion was funded in 2016 and has developed inductive charging solutions for industrial robots and electric vehicles. It has reportedly deployed over 8,000 chargers primarily for industrial robots, which is another reason why I've mentioned I definitely think that Tesla will implement these in their own manufacturing environments for all the autonomous robots that they have in their Tesla Gigafactories, and then eventually put them up for charging their own Tesla cars. Now, I actually went to the Wiferion website. They have a lot of good information here. Let me actually, let's see here. So, wireless inductive charging for AGV and AMR, forklift, and industrial trucks. Increase your vehicle availability with Wiferion's wireless inductive charger. Our system can charge your entire fleet with just one charging station, no matter what voltage and current, and even battery. That is definitely neat, because usually when you're trying to charge something, it has to be per spec by the type of battery that you have and the amount of current, the capacity and voltage it has, and the type of charger you're using to be able to plug in your car or whatever you need to plug into to be able to charge that battery. So the fact that that doesn't really matter, that's pretty interesting to me. Now, 30% less vehicles needed, 93% efficiency, 40 millimeters of position tolerance, and as I've mentioned before, they've sold 8,000 systems. If you scroll down even further, there is a system here, but they only have a 3,000 watt charger that is patented. If you guys would like, you could definitely read this. It's for autonomous robotic systems, but 3,000 watts, that's not a lot of power for a car, but it could definitely push through plenty of charging as far as industrial trucks or forklifts or autonomous robots within the factory floor. So they're definitely going to have to put a ton of funding into this to be able to have a much more powerful charger if we're going to start implementing this into home charging stations. Maybe that'll just be a slow charger for you to just, park your car and not have to worry about it, but maybe you still might need to have your mobile connector if you want to supercharge at home, which is either 32 or 48 amps in current, depending on what type of connector that you're using or charger that you're using. But very cool technology. I am very curious on how this is actually going to end up turning out and what Tesla's going to do with this. But if you guys like this type of content, please let me know. Comment, like, and subscribe if you can, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.